Well, he can make it around the roundabout. Got the motor grader this morning. We're gonna start grading some stuff out around here. Shaping up. All right, so we got the motor grader and the ruckus rake. You might have to pull forward just a little bit more so his ramps will go down maybe. Get that unloaded, drop the trailer, and he's gonna go finish hauling. Well, not finish hauling, but start hauling a lot of tons of stone. We need like 300 and some tons. Do this parking area, finish this, go around the circle, and head out to the road. A lot of rocks. You got a lot of truck driving to do. All right, got the ruckus rake, and I missed the full rainbow on camera by about 2 minutes. Oh, we're starting to get a double one now. All right, let's drop the trailer and get to work. We got a lot to do. So we've got a lot to get done in the next 2 days. Robert's got like 300 and some tons of stone to haul. I've got to finish this back here. I'm gonna roll in that last lift we put in yesterday, grade all that out with the dozer, push that stuff down. We got a few more trees up there the landscape architect wants to take down, and then I need to push this dirt back over top of this. Maybe it'll grow a little bit. I'm gonna have to wait till the weather's right to burn that stuff. The wind has to blow from the north to push the smoke and ash away from the house. So that's what that's going to be for now. But I'm gonna try to get this pushed down this morning, get all this graded out, come back here with a skid steer and ruckus rake, clean all this up. And I might not even do that. Probably just, well, I got a ruckus rake those roots out of that stuff, but just roll all this in with the smooth drum. Yep. So let me keep pushing that in there, get that leveled up a little bit better, and we'll see what it looks like after that. So I've got all the dirt out back pushed down there to the bottom. I'm gonna load up, there's a couple loads of topsoil right here into the truck, haul it up there and dump it on that slope. There was some of that rocky clay in there. We're gonna try to cover that up with it. Get all this stuff out of the way, run over this, get this slicked up and smoothed up, and roll everything in. But man, that's looking pretty good right through there, isn't it? Got a few more trees to take out right here. It just happens to be they are like right beside the power line that's in the ground. So I'm gonna have to be very careful taking these 3 down. Those over there I'm gonna have to saw cut. I'm just not gonna gamble that. So let's go ahead and take these 3 down right here. Let's see how well this works. I can probably pull up a couple of those stumps. I have to bring the 350 over here. It's got a little more pulling power, but we'll see how well this works with the stumper on the 220. Dig on this side like I want to because there's a power line in the ground. I'm not exactly sure where it's at. Let's see if that's enough. Yeah, I think it's going to be. Now the gum trees. Dig real good on the back side and hope for the best. Hope when they did the power line, they cut the roots off. I pull it towards me. That way it'll... I don't like that. Oh well, at this point you just... They want it done, by golly, we're gonna do it. If it rips it up, cost of doing business. Again, you probably see the darn thing. Put some dirt back in there. Alright, I'm gonna grab the chainsaw, we'll get these cut up. Go ahead and drop the other ones. Here. That will be everything cleared. And we're just going to need to wait for a good day to burn. I don't know when that's going to be. Dump this, spread that pile of dirt out with the dozer, and load up the trailer to get some stuff out of here. I've been a little short on videos, but I'm telling you, I've just been stressed to the max here trying to get this project done this week. I got 50,000 things going on. I did get the tailgate put back on. I didn't even film that. It was a rush. Sun's going down here. Robert's going to go get one more load. I got to go. I'm going to put the sheep's foot on there. We don't need that anymore. He's taking the grafter rake home, both of those stumpers. We get the sheep's foot on here, get that loaded down. I'll probably stay till dark, finish grading stuff around the side of the house. Maybe try to roll this in back here. Yeah, just getting it done. Well, we are back out here this morning. We're going to finish up with everything we can. We've got to go work on some other projects. Well, this one will 220 will hang out here, burn that brush pile whenever the weather allows. Looks like we need about 3 more loads of stone right here to finish up this parking area beside the house. I need to bring 220 over here and move those logs and mess out of the way. Robert will keep hauling stone. I'm gonna take the motor grader here shortly, run up and down the road, kind of grade that out some, so that whatever time he has left today, we can keep putting rock on the road. I'm gonna take the roller out back this morning, go ahead and roll that the back. I did stay till dark yesterday and take the motor grader, run around the back, so you'll see that. And I need to go ahead and power rake all this. I do have to bring a little bit more dirt up here for a generator pad right there. And yeah, just try to get as much as we can wrapped up today, everything rolled in, and we'll probably take the motor grader home. Yeah, motor grader home today. So as you can see, I did get all this slicked up yesterday. Need to run over that with the ruckus rake. That's that topsoil I spread over the hillside. And we're gonna leave all this alone because they're gonna end up doing a pool back here and another building. So yeah, it's all gonna get dug up, but trying to roll it in so it seals it off. Everything drains a little better. Parking area is coming along. I'm gonna go grab the 220, go ahead and grab those logs. We're just gonna throw those in the fire, get rid of that. I did get everything rolled behind the house and power raked. That's looking just dandy. And I also got this hillside over here done as well. So I'll get this stacked up. You should be back anytime with another load of rock. And we'll jump on the grader and start hitting the road out to the paved road, getting that bladed up, and try to get some ditches cut along the side. Got this done right here, and a little generator pad right there. One more and that should be enough. do a little motor grader and see if we can't get this road shaped up a little bit better. Try to cut the ridge down in the center. Get it angled over a little better. Get some more rock on this. Gotta get that edge dug out right there some. So we can put some rock in there. We're gonna spread this load and the rest of them out down the driveway. Set the chains pretty thick, so it should, well, should set the chains pretty long, so it should spread it pretty thick. That way, and put it where it needs to be. All right, here we go. And it's still hung up. Well, here comes the fun part. We got the shovel. Man, that's like a foot wide. That's over a foot. That stuff is wet. Boss man said it'll be enough. Truck driver was wrong though. Always the truck driver's fault. Why'd you get mud? Boy. Didn't know I was going to have to work this hard today. Let's get you that one. Oh boy. Well, we're gonna be here a little while. Well, we loosened the chains 3 more notches. It's just barely latched now. That first little bit was just mud. Man, it's stuck all in there. So, well, it's better than being in a pile, I guess. It's the only thing bad about this quarry is the stone berries. Some days it's dusty dry, some days it's just wet, clumpy, and nasty. I guess it just depends on where they're digging in the pile. Man, oh man, talk about a parking area. Gonna look right nice. Look at that circle driveway. Gonna come move the transformer to over there. We'll have to fill that in later. Let's see how round 2 does. Let it not slide up against that tailgate so bad. I don't know why this stuff's so wet. You can see the mud ring right there. It packs like hell, but a little difficult to spread. Well, that was short-lived. That's always a sign of something being short-lived. I've blown a hose for the wheel tilt cylinder. I'm gonna try to wrap some tape around it and a couple zip ties to get it loaded onto the trailer, because it currently is blowing oil out everywhere. Just dandy, just dandy. Well, let's see if some duct tape and some zip ties will get this thing back on the trailer. So I cleaned the hose off, wrapped some, it's actually that zip tape, that's some very good stuff, around the hose several times, and put some zip ties on it. Now, if I don't use that function, it should be okay, but the wheels are currently trying to tilt while I'm driving, so we'll see what happens. I swear, it's one thing after another. I do need to straighten them up a little bit. Oh, well, at least the oil's shooting out straight now. All right, we won't hit that function no more. Get this thing on the trailer and we will worry about that when it's home. If I got to bring it back up here, I got to bring it back up here. I was going to take it home anyways today. So we've got to go do a big building pad. That's probably far enough right there, Chris. Right there. Like so. Shut her down. Well, while I'm waiting on the dump truck to get back, I think it's time to do a quick little recap of everything I've done here. We broke ground about right in here, started clearing this section out right here of all these trees, ended up piling them up and burning them right here in the front yard. If you remember, the driveway used to come more over here down this edge towards where the front of my truck is. Over there we cut all this dirt out, and after all that over there was cleared, filled all that in to level up the front yard, because originally when you came in, you were about right here where this dirt was, and we had a little bit of room right there to park, and then there was just a valley. That valley over there extended all the way up to about where the excavator bucket is. And when I mean a valley, it was like 15-18 feet of fill. It was a lot. So we've moved probably 10,000 yards of dirt out here. And then while I'm up here, I'll go ahead and show you this side right here. So the trees used to come somewhere right in here about where the edge of the stone is, curved around. That was actually down the hill a little bit. Come in here, cleared all of this out all the way around the house, cut all that dirt from out back, brought it in here to raise this up so that now you have a circle. Then you come around here, or you can come this way to get to the garage. And we're not going to do it right now because they may end up changing some stuff over here. But there's another path that comes off about right here where the equipment's parked, and there'll be another like 4 or 5 car parking area right here so that you can park up front and then enter the game room side of the house, where I'm sure they'll do parties and stuff like that. That being said, the grass has come up pretty good. It's been down for about 3 weeks now, so we've not worked here every day since we've started. Most time we average a good about 3 days a week between working on the other projects we've had to do. But last couple of weeks we've hit it pretty hard, and I feel like we've accomplished a lot. So you can see all this was filled in. Pretty much you had just enough room to walk past the side of the house, and then it dropped down like 10 or 15 feet. So we filled all this in. Keep in mind, every bit of this had to be cleared too. So cleared all these trees out, burn all these back here, and then cut this hillside down because it started somewhere about, I don't know, 15 feet from the side of this house. So now we got all this sloped away. Basketball court's going to go right here, and we were able to level up all of this back here with that material. Got that cut down, filled all this in. Originally it got to like right here and dropped down. There's still going to be a little bit of a valley over here. Not really a whole lot I can do about that. We just ran out of dirt. Kind of ran into some rock over there, so not a whole lot I can do with that. But we were able to get all this filled in. I think we ended up putting like 3 or 4 feet right in here. The pool's going to go right there. Pool house building right in there. I think they changed it up a little bit. I gotta wait for a rainy day and a day where the wind blows to the north. I'll burn that. It's pretty close to the house, but I'm gonna break it apart and set another little pile on fire back there and just kind of add to it as we go. And I just finished this section right here up this morning of the parking area by the garage. So 60 feet out, 90 feet wide. That'll make a nice big driveway area, plenty of room to back out, park cars. Never have enough room. And I think eventually all this is going to be concrete when everything's said and done. So I'll have to be a little bit more grade work done right here for some drainage, but all in all, it's coming along.